Hey, what's happening gamers? It's K-Wing here. Welcome back to another Retro Monday. Today's classic game is Kickmaster for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes, Kickmaster. Even though I was the first gamer to make a video review of this classic game, I nitpicked too much on the similarities between Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, then gave the game a really bad score. Okay, so I was still learning the ropes in 2007, but my old review still haunts me to this day. So for the last 3 years I've replayed this game, mastered it, and finally understand its inner mechanics, and with that in mind, we begin anew. Kickmaster released on the NES in 1992 thanks to Taito, but the game was actually developed by Kid. The story focuses on two brothers in the king's army, racing after the undead that has murdered the king and kidnapped the princess. Shortly after, your brother is slain, and it's up to you, the gamer, to save the princess. Kickmaster consists of 8 themed levels, and the game also boasts 18 bosses. Yup, 18 bosses that come in all shapes and sizes. Hey look, it's a Kraken! All the enemies can be killed just by kicking them. That's wicked cool. After defeating an enemy, they will drop 3 items to help or hurt our Kickmaster. Gameplay is a blend of side-scrolling action games like Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, but it also has some RPG elements as well. In fact, Tholon, or whatever his name is, can level up his kicks and collect magic orbs. After you earn 1,000 points, you learn a new kick, and your MP increases as well. If that wasn't enough, each level had 2 orbs you could obtain. One you always got at the end of the level, but the second one was always hidden, which made finding all of them part of the fun. Personally, I have a couple complaints to get off my chest, but before we get to that, I have a memory to share. I remember I was so excited to buy this game and Spiritual Warfare with my own money, but my feeling of joy didn't last long. For me, both games were terrible, and as a 9-year-old, I was devastated. Don't worry, I will review Spiritual Warfare in time. However, if it wasn't for that purchase, then I never would have begged my parents to start renting games from Mr. Pete's. Over time, I actually grew to like the game Kickmaster, and it became one of my favorite NES games to play. So in 2007, I decided to review it unscripted, and that was a bad idea. Curse you, ADD! Nonetheless, I still have things that I can't stand about this game. For starters, when the player dies, all your points collected will reset up until the last checkpoint. Depending on how far you've actually gotten in the game, this is a minor or serious complaint. But for me, that bugs the crap out of me to this day. The next annoying thing is dying because of the screen moving up just a little bit. Now you might say something like, K-Wing, that's a common thing in NES games, you're just nitpicking again. My argument would be that was common for 80s NES games. This was 1992, folks. Getting literally rubbed out because the screen elevated less than an inch is stupid. I'm sorry, it is. We just walked down there a second ago. There are no trapdoors, no acid or spikes that have randomly appeared to kill me. So there's no excuse for it, gamers. That's just bad game design. While I'm on this mini rant, the flashing background in Stage 2 made me feel sick and gave me a headache. Another thing I didn't like about this game is the health feature. Now the game is plenty hard enough without the worry of knowing that it's very difficult to refill your health. But the final nail in the coffin comes after moving on to the next stage. You do not start with full health. You start with the same amount of health that you had after defeating the previous last boss. This made me so angry as a child, and Kickmaster is the reason many Mad Catz NES controllers met their doom. Well, believe it or not, I still like this game. The music in this game is full of win. I've always loved the music from Kickmaster. The composition is like Castlevania meets Mega Man. And for its day, the tune sounded so epic on the NES. In 2009, me and Chris Holland did a kick-butt arrangement of this game's Stage 1 theme. You guys and gals can download it by clicking the link in the description of this review. Anyway, the visuals are actually very good and had some really nice level designs. Each stage stuck to a theme and changed up the gameplay for that level. So you had a variety of platforming and fighting, and it all balanced out very well. My favorite stage is a toss-up between the pirate ship and the swamp, because graphically they both look really great, and I just loved those stages as a kid. I need to make a correction from my first review of this game. The orbs have a purpose, and they are vital to actually getting the most out of this game. The different orbs have practical uses like making Tholon fly, refilling your health, which is a godsend considering how hard it is to refill your health in this game, and my personal favorite is using the lightning attacks. As you can see, I used it quite a bit, and it comes in handy for most of the enemies and bosses in this game too. Heck, there's even a spell that you can use to make the last boss easier. And let me tell you, she is a crazy hard boss. But by using this Quake spell, she's frozen in place and all you have to do is kick her. That's awesome sauce! What made this game so unique though is how the level up system actually worked. Players could kill as many enemies as you wanted to in this game, but you will not level up. You heard right, folks. The trick here is to collect the falling medallions from the defeated enemies. You actually get the most points for nabbing the shields, but the circled medallions are better than nothing. Tholon can gain 7 levels in this game, each unlocking some pretty cool kicks too. The game even has a kick tutorial so you can master these new abilities and find out how to do them properly. Still, the kick that I deem the greatest is the knee drop of doom, as I referred to it in my old review in 2007. His knee is majestic, his knee is powerful, and all enemies fall to Tholon's mighty knee. Trust me, you all will use the Kickmaster's Knee of Death and do Captain Falcon proud. Kickmaster, like many NES games, is harder than college. But if things get a bit too hairy for you, you can breathe a sigh of relief, because there is a passcode system! Booyah! One last good thing about this game, as if I hadn't said enough already, is it has tremendously high replay value too. And an even harder challenge is unlocked after beating the game, and very few have actually beaten it twice. But what if I told you guys and gals, there is a way to play through the whole game with your levels maxed on the first level? There is. Just put in this passcode that you're seeing right now. Then after the level starts, press pause and tap the B button to level up as much as you want. As you've seen in this review, Kickmaster had a lot to offer the gamer, but sadly, the game released at a bad time during the NES's life cycle. Too many great hits released, and Kickmaster sales did so bad that it became a bargain bin title only a few months after its release. Since the Virtual Console seems like it's on its last legs, this is the type of game that could revive it, but that will never happen, because Kindle Imagine Development declared bankruptcy in 2006, then sold off all their rights to their games to a company called Cyberfront. The final blow to Kickmaster came from Square Enix though, because Taito, the publisher, merged with them in 2008 and liquidized everything. Now we all know that it's impossible to get Square Enix to re-release old games. You would be better off trying to box with a grizzly bear. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed this review, and I think we can all agree that Kickmaster finally got the review that it deserves. For you retro and hardcore players out there, if you see this game anywhere, garage sale, eBay, game store, buy it! You will be so glad you did. The sole reason this game is worth owning is poning monsters in the face with Tholon's knee. Rock that knee. Alrighty, that does it for another Monday Retro Review. Keep checking back every Monday to see another classic game review in the old school K-Wing style. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with my retro shows, Gaming with K-Wing, and of course my next-gen games I do for my various freelance gigs. Well, God bless and happy gaming. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and until we meet again, gamers.